Hello everybody, this is Jason Fisher from timeandfreedom.com. I'm here to go over the review on the company Qivana and to talk about why so many of its top leaders have already left the company and to talk about the reasons why they left, which was that they were not earning lifelong residual income. I have a lot of experience in this industry. I've been in this industry 18 years. 7.5 years ago, I lost $1.5 million home because due to the faults of the multi-level marketing industry, I had an organization of over 5,000 customers and distributors that dwindled down to 56 active folks or participants. And I want to share this conversation with you because it has not only changed my life, but has changed many other industry leaders' lives as well. Whether you're looking at this video because you just started in Qivana, this is going to be a great insight video for you. If you're an industry leader in Qivana and you're trying to figure out why you're struggling a little bit, this is going to be just as much as a powerful informational video for you as well. So I want to share with you this because after I lost everything back 7.5 years ago, I started to think about this universal principle and these two definitions of why people joined in this industry. Now I want you to understand, now that I've learned what this universal principle is, I will tell you this, and I can be that strong about it. If this universal principle is applied correctly to this industry, there is massive success, massive residual income. If it's applied incorrectly, there's massive failure, massive devastation when it comes to earning lifelong residual income. Well, I started to think about, after my experience, why people join in this industry. And I've come down to two definitions of why they do. The first is that they're looking to own their own business, be their own boss, be an entrepreneur. That is the first reason of why people join in this industry. And the second reason is they're attracted to the concept of earning lifelong, willable residual income. Well, this universal principle that we're talking about is the 80-20 rule. Many of us have heard of the 80-20 rule. 80% of folks don't do much while 20% of folks do something. Or 80% of the money is earned by 20% of the folks. But what it comes down to is that the majority of people don't do much and don't make things happen. Take 10 doctors, 10 lawyers, 10 chiropractors, even 10 cab drivers. 2 will shine and 8 won't do that much. It doesn't matter what industry it is. You can't break it in China. You can't break it in Japan. It's the 80-20 principle, and it's a universal principle. Well, the fact of the matter is, in the home-based business industry, the same 80-20 principle applies. Most people don't do much. 80% don't do much, while 20% do something. And here's where it becomes extremely interesting, this conversation, because I started to think about what makes these businesses work. Numbers. Numbers equal orders. Orders equal residual income. And whoever has the most numbers on the board ordering is going to have residual income. Doesn't matter what company you're in. Whoever has the most active wins. The question is, when people get involved with these different businesses, is there a difference when people get in? Is there a difference with the outcome? And I'm here to tell you the answer is absolutely yes. Because as I started to travel around the country and meet with many different industry leaders, I started to see people that had thousands and tens of thousands of numbers on the board with hundreds ordering in the end. And they were trying to figure out why this continually happens in this industry time after and time after. And I want you to understand that I figured it out. I figured it out, and a few other industry leaders have figured it out. And we were looking for a home, we were looking for our last stop, and we were not looking for our next one. Because as I started to travel and look at these type of businesses in the MLM industry, what I saw is they were all 20%er deals. They were all 20%er deals. They weren't made for the 80%ers. And I knew that if I was going to throw in one more time, I needed something for the 80%ers. What do I mean by a 20%er business? The only folks ordering in the end are the 20%ers. I actually think it's 95-5. The only folks ordering in the end are the 5%ers. The 80%ers or the 95%ers are completely off the board. And when you look at these 20%er businesses, what I mean by that is that they're designed for the 20%ers. The price point of the products The only people that can justify those type of products in the marketplace are the 20%ers. The buy-ins to get started with that opportunity and to get others to start with those buy-ins with this particular opportunity are something that only the 20%ers can justify. The monthly auto ships of $75, $100, or $200 a month auto ships in Qivana, that's something only the 20%ers can do. The compensation plans are made for the 20%ers. They're not made for the 80%ers. They're made for the big hitters. They're made for the people that can bring massive organizations into the business, but it's not kept in mind for the little person. Who is that? Someone that doesn't have any sales experience, somebody that doesn't have a large tenacity or drive, somebody that's not good at handling rejection. My mother, my brother, my sister, my next door neighbor, somebody that is the 80%er. If I was going to win this time, I needed to find something for the 80%er. So all of a sudden the clouds parted. And all of a sudden the problems and the solution became extremely clear in this business. And why this industry and why this particular company, Qivana, breaks this universal principle, time in and time out. Qivana has great products. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the products. I've tried some of the products. They've got phenomenal products. That's not the problem here. We're talking about residual income. Because 90 to 120 days into the program of Qivana, when the person shows up as that 80%er and they can't justify expensive products that are 2 to 3 times the actual cost of what it should be in the marketplace, and that 80%er can't justify people being on $75 monthly auto ships and $150 and $200 monthly auto ships, they're done. And they can't justify the big buy-in at the starting levels of what it is to join the company. 90 to 120 days, when they show their face as that 80%er, what's the first thing they cancel? What's the first thing they stop? Their auto ship. They're done. Their number comes off the board, and they are no longer a part of creating lifelong residual income. This is a universal principle that not only Qivana breaks, but many other companies in this industry. If you're going to win, if you're going to find the right business, you've got to find something on 2 levels. Number 1, where people can come into the business, they can be that 80%er, and they can win, and they can make money, and they can help other people do that as well, where they're not being asked to justify expensive products that people don't stay on long term because the pricing is not correctly on point. It's 2 to 3 times the actuality. So number 1 is where someone can come in and make money. Here's number 2. Whether the person makes money or not, and they show themselves as the 80%er, which most people are the 80%ers. Here's the key, that they still stay as a long-term customer. They still have enough value on quality and price. It's got to be price as well, besides quality, to stay as a long-term customer. And if you're going to win in this industry, you've got to have point 1, point 2. When the 80s show their face, it can't be like a typical 20%er deal where they drop off, because that is the industry problem as a whole. That is what the problem is with Qivana. This is why people are not experiencing long-term residual income, because they do not have monthly customers that stay on the board long-term without having a financial gain. You've got to have a business that, whether money is being earned by that individual or not, that they have first and foremost value with being a customer. If you don't have that, you're out of luck. I want to suggest to you at this point, if you would like to get in contact with, click the contact page. I'm also going to strongly ask you to get in touch with us through watching this webinar. We have a multi-level marketing industry lies webinar for industry leaders, exposing the truth behind the MLM industry, the problems, and more importantly, the solutions to earning long-term residual income. This will be the most powerful, most informative webinar that you can ever watch regarding this industry. And I want you to know, once you find the right model that gives you access to keep the 80%ers on the board, then you can earn residual income for the rest of your life, and you can have financial independence without it falling apart, which is the pitch in this industry. Build it once and you'll earn long term. The problem is that this company, along with many, break that 80-20 principle. And because they do that, They don't have enough numbers that stay on the board long term, because the only ones ordering in the end are the ones that are chasing their bonuses, overrides, and royalties and commissions to stay actively qualified. They don't have customers staying long term, and that is the fault of this business. You will watch the most incredible industry webinar going over the problems, but more importantly, the solutions to earning long-term residual income. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being a part of this video today. Again, this is Jason Fisher from timeandfreedom.com. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.